आज का हमारा टॉपिक है टॉक अबाउट अ मूवी दैट यू डिडंट लाइक. व्हाट वाज द मूवी, व्हेन डिड यू वॉच इट एंड व्हाई डिडंट यू लाइक इट, व्हाट वाज द मूवी अबाउट. सो ऐसे दो तीन क्वेश्चंस तो डिस्क्रिप्शन में दे रखे हैं. पूरा क्वेश्चन आप अच्छे से पढ़ लीजिएगा. चार जो स्टेप्स है वो हमेशा आपको दिमाग में रखने हैं. जब भी वो चार स्टेप्स आप दिमाग में रखेंगे तो कोई भी टॉपिक पर आप 2 मिनट से भी ज़्यादा बोल पाएंगे. I have practically experienced with the help of this 4 method formula. Many of my students have started speaking more than 2 to 3 minutes. Although IELTS में तो सिर्फ 2 ही मिनट बोलना होता है. Initially when a student doesn't know this formula, तो शायद उनको 1 मिनट बोलने में भी बहुत दिक्कत होती है, क्योंकि आपने कहा मूवी का नाम डायरेक्ट बता दिया और फिर बाद में 3 क्वेश्चन कवर कर दिए, तो 1 मिनट में आपका टॉपिक तुरंत खत्म हो जाएगा. तो आपको खास तौर पे क्या करना है, इन 4 फॉर्मूलों के आधार पर जनरल बैकग्राउंड स्टेटमेंट आप थोड़ा बताएंगे और उसके बाद में जितने भी WH वर्ड कवर कर सकते हैं वो कवर करना है. आपका एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करना है और चौथी चीज मैंने बताया ओवरव्यू दे सकते हैं. इन 4 फॉर्मूले के द्वारा आप कोई भी टॉपिक 2 से 5 मिनट तक आराम से कंफर्टेबली बोल पाएंगे. और जनरली इतना ज़्यादा तैयारी का समय भी नहीं चाहिए, क्योंकि एग्जैक्टली IELTS की बात करें तो वहाँ पर आपको तैयारी का 1 मिनट है और कई बार जो है आपको इंस्टेंटली भी कभी कहीं बोलना पड़े तो इस 4 मेथड से आप आसानी से बोल सकते हैं. तो लेट्स बिगिन द टॉपिक. लिसन टू मी केयरफुली, और जहां भी आपको लिखने की जरूरत पड़े प्लीज कीप योर नोटबुक एंड पेन विथ यू सो यू मे राइट इट डाउन. सो लेट्स बिगिन द टॉपिक. टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट अ मूवी. So let me tell you first of all what is a movie. We can exactly say movies are considered to be the mirror of our society. एक ये पहली लाइन, और ये इंग्लिश की एक कहावत भी है जिसको आप रख सकते हैं. मिरर ऑफ अवर सोसाइटी मीन्स हमारे समाज का आईना है, हमारे समाज का दर्पण है. मूवीज को, फिल्मों को ऐसा माना जाता है, कंसीडर्ड मीन्स माना जाता है कि जो फिल्में हैं वो हमारे समाज का आईना है ना. फिर से मैं रिपीट करता हूँ, मूवीज आर कंसीडर्ड टू बी द मिरर ऑफ अवर सोसाइटी. वॉट एवर हैपन्स इन अवर सोसाइटी, that one or the other day is going to represent it in front of us in the form of movie. There are multiple movies which people like to watch, and I think everybody loves to watch movie because they are entertaining, they are educating, they are inspiring. Now a lot of people have different vision of watching movies. Some watch mainly for entertainment, some watch especially for inspiring, some watch especially for educating, because movies can do different type of things for us. Movies especially can entertain. So the movies which are based on comedy, or we can say the romantic movie, then we can talk about sci-fi movies, fiction, drama. These are going to entertain you. Apart from that, we can talk about social based movie, real life stories, sports based movies, then biopics. They are going to inspire us, they are going to motivate us. And there are some movies which are not worth watching, देखने लायक नहीं है. I especially avoid watching those movies. Especially you can talk about horror movies, then adult movies, and then the movies which are fantasy. These are not reality based, but somewhere in order to just you could say pass the time, these movies are based, and they also do a great business. But I especially watch the movies which are real life based, biographies, biopics I could say. And today I am going to talk, ये जनरल बैकग्राउंड हुआ इतना. अब दूसरा हमारा क्वेश्चन हम कवर कर रहे हैं WH वर्ड. सो टुडे आई एम गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट अ मूवी संजू which was released. अब when was it released, तो एक क्वेश्चन हम कवर कर रहे हैं. It was released on 29th of June 2018. And who stars कौन है, डायरेक्टर कौन है. This movie was directed by Rajkumar Hirani and written by also Rajkumar Hirani. And in this movie, the main characters or leading roles are played by Ranbir Kapoor, Paresh Rawal, Diya Mirza, Sonam Kapoor and Vicky Kaushal. आप चाहें तो इन सारे एक्टर्स का नाम बता सकते हैं इफ यू नो. इफ यू डोंट नो और नहीं बताना चाहें तो भी इट्स ओके. तो व्हेन में हमने बता दिया, हु में बता दिया. द हाउ मीन्स हाउ मच बजट. The movie's budget was 100 crore rupees, and the movie did business of 586 crore. So we can exactly say that movie became quite successful on the box office. Most of the people liked it. and this movie is based on the real life story of Sanjay Dutt, who is the superstar of Bollywood. सो ये जनरल हमने बहुत सारे इसमें WH वर्ड कवर कर लिए. तो पहला जो क्वेश्चन था हमारा व्हाट द मूवी वाज, तो हमारा नाम तो इसके साथ में आया ही, लेकिन इसके अलावा और भी बहुत सारी चीज़ें हमने एक्स्ट्रा बता दी. तो व्हेन में हमने बता दिया और साथ में मूवी का नाम बता दिया. और दो चीज़ें और अभी यहाँ पे मेनली हमें कवर करनी है कि मूवी किसके बारे में, व्हाट इज द मूवी अबाउट. सो उसका थोड़ा सा हम डिटेल और ज़्यादा बता सकते हैं, वी कैन टेल मोर डिटेल. द मूवी is about Sanjay Dutt's life story, how he came out of the drug addiction. Although I didn't like this movie because this is not worth watching. It became successful on the box office. It did the great business, but the things which should not be shown in like we cannot watch with the family because the Sanjay Dutt, he is a drug addict. He consumes alcohol. He takes drugs. So he was involved in so many illegal activities. He would keep the weapons as well. He was sent behind the bars. So he faced so many challenges in his life. Definitely that can inspire some people. But apart from that, I don't like to watch these kind of movies which has some kind of scene which are not worth watching. Okay, having the drugs, liquor, and these things, keeping the weapons, going behind the bars. Definitely, his life was full of ups and downs, and he came out of that. So that can be the learning lesson for many people. But especially if I talk about myself, I didn't like this movie because the scenes which were shown in this movie, consuming drugs, smoking, and this sex scandal, they were really not worth watching with the family. Therefore, I would avoid watching this movie in the future as well, and I would not suggest anyone to watch this movie. This movie can be biopic based on the real life story. It's not a fantasy. But apart from that, as I said, the movies should inspire us. They should not misguide us. They should not mislead us in our life. So some people may not watching this movie because especially the things which are shown in this movie, you will not enjoy watching them, right? So I didn't like because of these all purposes, and I would also try my level best to find out those movies which are really quite inspiring, because some people said that yes, this movie is doing a great business, and again it is based on real life story. Therefore I decided to go to watch this movie. But after watching this movie, I was not at all content, satisfied. I could say only one thing I liked about this movie, that his determination power to come out of these all addiction. That was the plus point, that he was having the great drug addiction, and having those all addiction, he didn't continue to that, because if he had continued, I think his life would have become so horrible. But mainly we can talk about that how he came out of all these addiction and back to the normal life. That was can be considered a great lesson to be learned. So whenever we should go to watch movie, first of all, I think we must do a proper thorough research of us, that is it a good movie to be watched with the family, or am I going to learn some something out of it. Okay, it may be based on somebody's real life story, but again everybody's life is not worth watching. Therefore you should be very choosy in watching any type of movie, because movies keep a great impression on our mind. We keep the memories of movie for the longer period in our life, right? So any movie which you had watched before 10-15 years, you may be remembering that, the scenes, the dialogues, the actions. So the nudity which was shown in this movie, and the crime which was shown, the drug addiction which was shown in this movie, can somewhere give the bad impression to your mind. Therefore, I think we should avoid watching this kind of movie. I believe मैं टॉपिक को अच्छे से समझा पाया हूँगा. थोड़ा भी डिफिकल्ट लगा तो फिर से देखिएगा ताकि आप अच्छे से इसको समझ पाएं. अल्टीमेटली थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग.